All right, guys, what is going on? My name is Joe, aka Cap.
I'm Dom, not Mysterio.
And I'm Scott, and I'm interrupting this entire intro because I'm pissed off at a certain someone, and I know Cap is pissed off at a certain someone because I saw it this morning, and I already despise this man, but now it's like really, Dwayne, The Rock Johnson.
No.
I've heard a comment. I swear that this is probably true because it's him. That you said, "Oh, I would do things differently." You didn't even do anything different for John Cena's heel turn. You appeared for 10 minutes, showed your hand up with rose John Cena's hand, and Travis Scott, who still has no reason to be there. I don't know why he was a part of fucking WrestleMania. Never showed up. You say you do something different. Don't disrespect Triple H like that. You would do stuff different. That is the right thing, but you would probably bring it back towards the Vince era, and we would probably fail as a company because knowing how WrestleMania would have happened last year seems like we dodged a bullet. The fact that we were the ones complaining about you wanting to change things. So I don't want to hear about anything about you changing different. Just shut up and be the partial owner that you are and just sit back and watch him create greatness again.
And I'm Francis.
And
Idiot.
welcome to the push, folks. So,
Post
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania edition.
Post WrestleMania edition, season 2, whatever we're calling this,
Sure.
of our show, whatever we're calling this. So yeah, WrestleMania. WrestleMania was this past weekend. A lot of stuff happened. I can safely say this, and you guys let me know if you feel equally. If last year was a love letter to professional wrestling and professional wrestling fans, this year, some of it was good, but other parts of it felt like a sloppy late night breakup text with fans.
What the fuck type of analogy is that?
I don't necessarily agree with that. I mean, was it the greatest WrestleMania ever? No. But
Was it better than last year's?
no, by far, not at all. Honestly, it was okay. It was very mid to me. It seemed like an overbooked episode of Raw to me, more than
It
WrestleMania.
certainly did have that vibe.
At least night one
the
did.
good
Night
parts
two,
about
night
it
two was a
were
lot
very
better.
Yeah.
Yes, hands down, night 2 was a lot better. The very good parts about WrestleMania were very good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The bad parts about WrestleMania,
Not so much.
Jesus, man.
Yeah,
Like-
it was night one was
Like a
like
certain theme.
yeah,
theme.
night one was like
Theme,
kind of
theme,
mid
theme.
all the way up until the main event. I would say. It
Yeah.
was-
Night
not even that it was mid. It was very predictable.
night one up until obviously the triple threat match
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
was
It was
either predictable, like Dom said, or it just blew because there were certain wrestlers in that match who didn't deserve to be in there, and it
Charlotte Flair.
showed because nobody was interested in the match. I will count out the people who didn't deserve throughout the episode, but there was a bunch of them that just didn't deserve to be there. We knew what was going to happen, and it was lackluster. Thank God, night 2 was somewhat better.
Night 2 had 3 really, really, really great matches.
It did. It really did. All right, so let's not waste any time. Let's just get into our WrestleMania 41.
Your boys got the
Review.
evidence on deck. Let's do this.
Yeah, I have the card pulled up, ready to rock and roll.
So,
So
let's
let's start with night
off.
one, match one.
Night
Uh-huh.
1, match 1, and probably
Oh,
Scott's favorite match of the entire
Hey,
weekend.
oh wait, time out. Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't there a certain wager?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
that
To do with
that was
this?
something. Was that something
Did
different?
Scott
I thought
not
that was
have
something
to
different.
get a Jey Uso shirt because of this match?
I
No,
thought
that was
he only
Logan
had to
Paul.
get
Nah,
Yeah, I was about to
that's
say.
if Logan was involved in it. Or
No,
something.
like
Logan, if Logan has a world title match,
No, okay.
every
you,
bet
do-
these two have involves Logan Paul.
you dodged a bullet this time, Scott.
Don't,
Yeah,
don't
like-
worry.
Jey
Don't worry.
Uso.
At the rate we're going, at the rate we're going,
That was one of the
Logan
very
Paul
few I
ended up
got
getting
right.
the world title match. So that bet may be relevant at some point.
Yeah. Anyway, so first match of the
You
night.
got more right than me, Scott. So
Yeah.
don't sell yourself short.
First match of the night: Jey Uso versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Jey Uso won the match, got the title. He is now our World Heavyweight Champion. Yeet.
He ate it.
He fucking.
I have no issues with Jey. I don't think that it was his best match.
It was better than last. Again,
it was definitely better than
last
the
year's.
last.
I'll
It was
give you that
definitely
much.
better than last year's match where he versed Jimmy, and
Hooray!
this was definitely better than any of the previous matches with Gunther that he's had. But you good there, Francis?
Yeah, I just got it. Irene,
Francis,
John,
you
keep
know it.
talking. Yeah, I told you. I watched my dog.
He's got his mom's dog.
Yeah.
Oh,
But anyway,
all right.
the match was solid. It was okay.
Anyway, while Francis attempts to tame a vicious beast, Scott, I hear you might have some grievances with this match, as we are greeted by a dog.
well, I picked Jey
Say hi,
because I
yeah.
knew it was going to happen. The storyline was lining up perfectly for Jey Uso to win this match. But it's like I said, this match was like what I thought it was going to be. It was exactly what I thought it was going to be. And the fact that Jey Uso thinks that he's Roman Reigns and feels like he needs to, oh my God, attempt to do powerhouse moves when he is nowhere near a powerhouse is beyond me with why he's doing that.
Yeah,
But
I never understand why
it was-
he uses a spear. He doesn't look good doing
His spear sucks. His spear sucks.
was-
I'm
I mean,
sorry.
You're just not a good.
The only things that helped it from from being terrible is the fact he took Gunther's two finishers
Mhm.
and wind up one of them being the winner. That's what really helped it a little bit. But other than that, it was exactly what I thought. It was not worth it. Jey deserved to be there. It deserved to be somebody else. Definitely somebody else. And
I'm surprised he won by submission.
I actually want to talk about
my
that
main
part.
issue is Gunther tapped out fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually wanted to talk about that part. So first of all, I agree with all of you. The match was definitely better than his Mania match last year. But, I don't think that... I'm like the one person here that doesn't think that was the worst Mania match of all time. I saw The Core versus Big Show, Kane, Santino, and whoever the hell else. I saw The Rock versus Eric Rowan.
That's hard to call a match. I wouldn't say that was a match. That was a segment.
A squash.
But regardless, I saw Chavo versus Kane at WrestleMania 24. So, yeah, hardly the worst match of WrestleMania history in my mind. Not great, but not the worst. This one was definitely better. However, I do have a problem with... I do have a little bit of a problem with the finish. You have built up Gunther to be more than a human. You have. For the past, what? How long has he been in the company now?
Since
7
NXT?
years?
Something like that, yeah.
What is it? Say like 6-7 years, you've built him up to be this absolute machine. And the payoff for that build-up was a world title run that, honest to God, wasn't that great. And capped off at a loss at WrestleMania to your own chokehold that he barely had on for longer than 15 seconds. I don't know where you take Gunther from here. You can't continue to pretend he's a machine or anything like that, because clearly he's not. He is clearly not this Ivan Dragoff character that you've been
Ivan
building
Drago
up to be. Thank you.
Well, honestly, I think from here they kind of have to do like almost like a redemption story with him. Like he needs to earn that back, and like, you know,
The only way you rebuild Gun. Here's the thing. He needs. We're starting at ground zero right now. We're starting at level 1 with him now.
yes,
And I will tell you this. Now, I will tell you this.
Scott.
What are you doing?
I'm just interrupting this this like dilute this I don't know what the hell this is. Gunther doesn't seem like to be the powerhouse. That's a 3. That's how many losses he has ever since he came into the main roster of WWE.
No, but I'm saying like losing to
he lost,
Jay.
I mean, has he lost to some questionable characters more than more of than out of the 3? Yes, with Sammy and Jay.
We're
But
not
one of them was Cody.
Okay.
One of them was Cody Rhodes, and that
Scott.
match was probably one of amazing matches, probably of all pay-per-view.
Scott, it's not
But he
the
didn't
number
need to
of
prove
losses.
Pretending like there's nothing wrong here when the guy tapped out in less than like 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's not the number of losses; it's how he lost.
That loss for Gunther, and I take nothing away from Jay when I say this, that loss is embarrassing
Yeah,
for him.
he tapped way
And
too.
Jay's
How else
not
do you,
a-
how else do you look that loss then?
I mean, even if you haven't
It
tapped
doesn't
out,
seem.
okay. Even if
What do you see that loss if it doesn't look stupid and doesn't make any sense?
You could have even done the submission thing had he just passed out, maybe.
yeah, have him pass
You could
out.
have done
Don't
it
tap
that way.
out.
He
Have it
tapped
last a
out
little
like-
longer.
Yeah.
Don't tap out after 3 seconds.
And Jay's not a submission specialist.
Yeah, exactly.
So I
It'd
don't
be
know
different.
Uso's not a submission
It'd be different if
specialist.
he was going up
Like,
against somebody like fucking Chad Gable who does submissions.
yeah, we'll
But
get
he
to
was
that.
nowhere to
But,
be
like,
seen this
Shut,
Mania.
shut up. You get my
But
point.
like,
This also just helps further my point that Jey Uso wasn't meant to be in this match, because you can't have him lose to 20 super kicks. That's going to be that's going to look even worse. You're not going to have him lose to him just flying his body up and like
okay, but you're
like
not,
a broken frog and just splashes.
You're not even.
He's not going to
listening
lose that way.
You're not listening
He
to what
did-
we're
How
saying.
else is he? Yeah, but how else is he gonna lose? How else is he gonna lose? That doesn't make even more sense.
All I said.
He hasn't
by
really
making him
been
at
submitted
least
like
tap
that,
out.
so it
You
would
can't
kind of
make
make
him
sense
tap
that he
out
would.
in 3 seconds and pretend like he's still this like Terminator. We can't do
I mean,
that.
I don't see any really like. I don't see people lining up to be like, "Hey, you lost. You tapped out. Let me get you." No, there's nothing that's gonna change. You just saw him on Raw. Those are the announcers,
I was about
but
to bring
he's
that
gonna
up
go.
before you like cut me off. I will say it's a good what I saw on Monday Night Raw, where he damn near murdered Pat McAfee.
Of
Damn
all
near
people.
took the soul out of his body.
That was great.
That is a decent first step.
Mm-hmm.
But we are starting on level 1.
That's what I'm saying.
when it
They
comes
need
to
to
Gunther.
bring back that like aggression of Gunther
I mean,
when
give or take that his first step was his first day after the title. That's a pretty big fucking step. We really haven't seen the announcers get attacked like that in a while. Maybe Samoa Joe, maybe Seth Rollins when he was a part of his religious cult, but we haven't really seen that in a while. So that was instantly is won something over on going after you people you would never
I don't agree with
expect.
that. I don't believe that. I think it was a good first step. He's got a way to go, in my mind. Francis,
not that
your
far.
thoughts on the match.
If we're talking about like in terms of openers, then yeah, this Probably wasn't it, Chief. Like I said, last episode when we did the prediction game proper, I was the only one going for Gunther. All the good that brought me. Really, I should have seen the writing on the wall easier or sooner. But if I had to change one thing, yeah. But if
You're
we
the
were
biggest Jey Uso fan out of all of us.
Yeah, really.
I like yeet memes. Let's not get crazy.
Anyway,
The memes.
moral of the story: we were all right except for Francis.
Yeah, there you go. Bond over my downfall.
There we go.
Second match was one that could have went either way, and I think would have been a similar outcome in a way. It was the World Tag Team title match between the New Day and the War Raiders. The War Raiders came to the ring looking like absolute fucking goobers.
They were dressed in Clash of Clans cosplay.
Yeah, I'm like,
remember Clash of Clans, everyone?
Yes, we remember Clash of Clans, Francis.
yeah.
Because apparently it's 2013 again.
This match was a lot better. Honestly, this match should have opened the show, in my opinion.
Viking Raiders are so good.
They are, and so is the New Day.
Or the War Raiders, yeah.
The War Raiders are such. I mean, what else can you say about
They
these
put
guys?
on
These guys.
They put on good matches. That's it. It's plain
These
and
guys
simple.
are a phenomenal tag team. But yeah, no, I agree with Dom here. In I don't know why it's so hard to not make them look like idiots. Like,
Just let them
Like,
do what
I
they
just-
gotta do. Like, why did they need to be sponsored by Clash of Clans and come in like big plastic armor? That looks so dumb.
like I don't understand why we consistently need to make these two look like dopes all the time. Is my thing.
I don't know why you would have people who dress like Vikings go and dress like Vikings.
No, but listen, they've come to the
You should have just let them.
God, have you?
No,
did
yeah,
you
you
see
should-
the armor, man?
Their costume, what they would come in normally, what we used to see, would have been a lot better than what they were told
exactly.
to put on at WrestleMania.
we're
Yeah,
agreeing with you.
Exactly,
no, I'm
man.
agreeing.
Like,
That's why I'm like, that was.
we have seen these guys look like badasses before.
And
Like,
You should
they
see
just
their
look
stuff
fucking
back when they were
stupid.
War Machine back in New Japan, where they looked like Mad Max steroid boys.
Yeah.
But I also don't agree with the outcome. I'm not saying the New Day don't deserve it because it's the New Day, but there hasn't been really anything upbringing into them winning it. Even on a heel standpoint, there wasn't some big difference that was like, oh yeah, they finally won it and the heel won it. We're like, damn it. It's kind of like they didn't. I mean, their storyline was lackluster. They were just constantly booed. There was nothing coming to it, and now they're just champions. I feel like this wasn't deserved. It should have. They should have just. It would have. They could have been in the match, but I felt like it should have. War Raiders should have just still won it.
Yeah. No, I get where you're coming from. I agree. They really haven't done anything in the lead up to Mania to warrant winning titles. I still. Oh man, there he goes.
and there goes Francis.
I still say that I think they jumped the gun a little too soon with turning them heel.
I mean,
Like just from looking at it, it still to me seems like they were in the mindset of Big E is coming back, and let's turn them heel now, so this way he can have a thing at Mania, and then he wasn't cleared. You know,
I kind of feel the
Push
same.
first, I kicked myself.
good job.
Crazy. Anyway, but yeah, no, I kind of agree with what you're saying here, Dom. Look, the simple matter, and I did pick the New Day to win this match.
As did
I'm
I
sure.
think.
But,
Me, Dom, and Cap all picked the New Day.
So, but
There's a
here's
third
the
match
thing.
I can't wait to talk about. Francis goes on.
Here's the thing. I picked the New Day to win this match simply because I felt like this was the one thing that could potentially save this heel run for them.
Mm-hmm.
Because to have the type of heel turn that they had against Big E, and then to go and sort of forgive me when I say this, waste it on the LWO for like
No.
how many months?
I would say that's
3?
accurate.
It's not there. This was an incredible build-up with absolutely no payoff whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And so to win the tag team titles, I mean, I
honestly,
guess to
I
give
would say
credence
you
to
had
them
that backwards
whatsoever.
there, Cap. I would
What?
say it was a wasted build-up with an incredible payoff. They should have feuded. Basically, they should have feuded them with the Viking Raiders from the beginning
True. I mean,
to build that match up.
that LWO feud should not have lasted
As long as it did. That's
It shouldn't have lasted longer than 3 weeks.
it shouldn't have
but-
lasted longer than 2.
But I don't know, man. I guess this does give credence to them, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This is a match I didn't even feel like should have been on the card to begin with. This could have been a Monday Night Raw match, to be honest.
Yeah,
with
because
you.
they delegated the other tag titles to an episode of SmackDown.
Not the week after, not the day after WrestleMania. The
No,
week
I would
after.
say the Raw
No,
after
you could have
Mania
done
would
it
have
the
been
day
okay.
after.
Yeah.
I mean, with what happened
it's
on
not
Monday,
how-
what happened at Raw.
Oh.
It would have been perfectly
But
fine.
yeah,
They could have
As a
squeezed one more match in.
WrestleMania match,
which with what happened recently on Raw, I felt like it would put it down a little bit.
I don't know.
Only
man.
thing.
Here's also my thing when it comes to the New Day. Okay, they're tag team champions. Who are they defending against?
It's either
The
going to be
same
the
four people
either
that's
the
part of the card.
LWO or the fucking the War Raiders again,
LWO.
or
Yeah.
maybe
That's who it is. That's
maybe American
definitely who it
Made or
is.
something.
This tag team division is so on Monday
Bad.
Night Raw. It's so underdeveloped.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
They
Triple H
deserve
just has
tag
to start
team
forcing
champions.
single opponents
I mean,
into tag.
there's the
tag.
joke of the Alpha Academy, like they would ever win, but which is a shame
Where's
because
the Wyatt Six?
I believe Bo Dallas is still injured
they're on SmackDown
and also on SmackDown.
and probably getting ready to do something
Unspeakable things to somebody.
unspeakable, horrible things to most likely the Miz.
Yeah.
Um,
So we have that. This next match was kind of a given. This was like easy points for everybody. One of those. Who's gonna win and why is it X? Jade Cargill versus Naomi.
Jaderade. We all got the point.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, do we
yeah.
really?
Yeah.
We don't need to dive deep on this match. This match was very predictable. Jade came in,
let-
beat the shit out of Naomi, went home.
and that was in her first night.
Yeah,
Like her first minute back was just her beating the crap out of Naomi.
yeah. I would
Yeah.
say
And knocking
though,
her out of the chamber.
although it Scott made a comment when we were watching the match, and it's very true. Given all of her matches that she's had in AEW and her time in WWE, this was arguably her longest singles match that she's ever had,
True.
and it showed. She was blown the fuck up.
yeah.
Which
She needs
listen,
to work on endurance.
which isn't really a dig, because you look at her AEW run. She was very much the female Goldberg, like Attitude Era Goldberg, where she was untouchable, and every match was a squash match. You know, every match ended in less than 3 minutes because you couldn't do anything to her. Where she differs from Goldberg, she knows more than 3 moves.
Yeah.
So that's not necessarily a dig at Jade, because it's like, and she is also coming back from an injury, so she's maybe not in the best ring shape that she could be.
I agree.
So hopefully this is a time for her to show off a singles run instead of being in a tag team again.
Listen, I 100% believe that Jade Cargill can be a women's world champion.
Oh, easily.
I 100% believe that she could be. But if we are going to get there, yeah, I do agree with Dom. You do need to be able to have, like, the 10, 15, 20-minute matches. So I believe she can do that.
Yeah. Again, it's all a
But-
matter of getting into ring shape.
But
So.
and again, it's no knock at her. But if you are going to be the champion that I believe she can be, this is something that does need to be addressed.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing she needs is stamina. That's it.
Yeah. And
She has
just
everything
comes-
else that I've seen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that just comes with being in the ring more. And again,
Yeah,
like I said,
stamina.
look at any wrestler that comes back from a lengthy injury. They're always not in the greatest ring shape when they get back. So
Yeah, but like
The best
we've
thing to
been-
do. Yeah, go, Francis.
Nah, you say it. I'll just add it to my point when I'm done. When you're
The
done.
best thing for them to do with her right now is to put her in a singles run, start it off slow,
yeah,
and then let
Let
her
it build up.
let her like the old classic, let her gradually go up there and have her
Yeah.
win Mania Rumble.
Yeah, I'm going to second you on that one, Scott.
Because-
Give
Her go.
her
Maybe-
the slow burn, build her up, have her win a rumble,
maybe not even the
Uh,
Rumble. Have her win like Queen of the Ring or something.
have her win King of the Ring, maybe do what she did in AEW where she made out with a girl, and yeah, we're golden.
Have her do both.
Have her do both.
Queen of the Ring. No, I mean Queen. I'm not thinking what you're thinking. I mean
No,
Queen of the
I
Ring
thought
and the
Queen of
Royal
Ring and the
Rumble.
Rumble.
You
What
are.
I-
Don't lie
yeah.
to me.
Yeah,
No.
sure you were.
Don't
No,
come
man,
on
Anyway.
this show and lie to our faces.
Okay,
I
moving on.
would not do that.
Either way, moral of the story: Jade Cargill is a future champion. The next match, which was very good, Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight for the United
Yeah.
States Championship.
Hey.
Jacob Fatu is our new United States champion.
Okay.
I think this was one of the better matches of night one.
This is definitely one of the
Mhm.
better. I'm gonna go on a limb and say this was my second favorite match of the night.
Yeah, short of the triple
Yeah, I was
threat.
about to say this was probably number 2.
You know, LA, we all know how I feel about LA personally. You all know how we feel about LA Knight on this show. This in no way makes LA look bad.
No.
Losing this match.
No.
This does not
Especially
make him
losing
look
to
bad at
someone
all.
like Jacob Fatu, who's
The
He wasn't
man
originally
fucking
supposed to
lost.
have the title. He wasn't originally supposed to have
No.
the title anyway. That
The
was probably
man-
supposed to be Shinsuke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like the man basically here went up against, and I said this last week on the podcast, a man that's built like Umaga and moves like an Uso.
mm-hmm.
It's like almost not
Yeah,
even fair.
It's not fair.
And you know
It's-
what? You know what? Even with all of that in mind, he still went on and put on a very good match
Absolutely.
against Jake.
No, that's
I
the
100%
whole
believe
thing.
that.
They got all their stuff in, they made it work, and they put on a clinic of a match, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
This
And,
I would not have been mad at had it opened up WrestleMania.
Yeah, this is another
And I-
contender to open up the show on a high and have it be really good.
And I think there's only one person that could probably dethrone him later on in the future, but you would have to need a brand switch
Mm.
and have Penta
Mm.
go after Jacob Fatu.
Is Ray
That's
Phoenix
that
on
would be
SmackDown?
good.
as
Ray
well?
Phoenix is on Raw, I believe.
Oh, okay, then yeah, no.
That's true. We do have Ray.
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
Ray
hey,
Phoenix and
Phoenix
Penta are in
versus
separate
Fatu?
brands. I know that much. Because everyone's saying
Phoenix.
if we have Penta win the Intercontinental Championship and Ray Phoenix win the U.S. Championship, we have both the fucking Lucha Bros holding gold.
The mid card belts, yeah.
Yeah.
Which would not be. I would not hate.
No, that would be
Wouldn't be
like
a bad
the
thing.
only tag team I wouldn't be upset with seeing is like if you somehow get them both on the same brand and get the Lucha Bros back together.
Oh yeah.
It's true.
That
That's
I
true.
mean, their matches in AEW were some of the few highlights I had of AEW.
But
Yeah.
Except for
Yeah,
that one
no.
match with the fucking Bucks, I hated that match. It sucked so bad.
That's farther down
It
there.
was a spot fest. Anyway, their match, fantastic. I'm looking forward very much to see
It livened up.
what.
It livened up the night.
Yeah.
Does anyone know whatever happened to God?
Isn't Tonga injured? Like
Yeah,
Tonga
I think Tongalo is injured. Because Tama and Solo are doing, like, whatever.
Yeah, they're
Well, they're being
One
Jacob
line.
statement
Yeah.
right now.
So,
They
We all
talk crap.
understand that Solo's probably going to cost him that title, right?
yeah.
maybe,
And
probably.
that's going to start that
Only way he's
nightmare.
losing that.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to Jacob Fatu's U.S. Championship run. I'm hoping that they do more with it than they've done with LA Knight and Shinsuke.
Yeah.
The next match on the card, I know you guys were looking forward to this.
Oh yes, this is the match. I think.
Ray Phoenix versus a Starbucks order. El
I
Grande
hate that gets me
Americano
every time.
versus Ray Phoenix.
Yeah.
El Grande Americano, aka Chad Gable.
I don't know. Chad wasn't even there.
Shut up.
What are you talking about?
Dad was not there. He took a night.
He loaded up the mask and practically broke Ray Phoenix's foot when he got kicked in the head. And El Grande Americano won, proving to be the better luchador in this match.
Yeah.
So it's only a matter of time. And although I do say I think we came to an agreement that this match, our prediction was null and void because this is not the match that we predicted. We predicted Rey Mysterio to be in this match, not Ray Phoenix.
Wrong Ray.
Whatever.
So
even though it did, I'm gonna know it's a null and void. But even though it looked like El Grande Americano was probably gonna win no matter what.
Yeah.
Because I'm really surprised that Ray Phoenix, when Ray Phoenix was switched to be the new person, I was like, oh, they might actually, because I full-heartedly believed El Grande Americano was gonna beat Rey Mysterio.
See,
I knew that was gonna happen.
My prediction was going to be right at that point.
Ray's there to lift.
Yeah.
Ray's there to fix people up, but when it switched to Ray Phoenix, I was like, oh, Ray Phoenix might win this.
Yeah.
Just because he's new and it's his first WrestleMania, that would be pretty cool to have to start him up. And then
Ray Phoenix.
Obviously, when you have the skills of a luchador and your trainer and your tutor, your mentor is Chad Gable, a Grande Americano can do anything. Right, Francis?
God, where did Chad find this guy? I can't get any record on him. I'm like in CMML or AAA or anything. You must have just got this guy out of the woodwork, dude. Yeah, man.
I can't.
I hate you both so much.
Hopefully that wrestling program.
Listen, I can't wait until he starts going after the U.S. title or maybe the Intercontinental or whatever brand he's in. I don't know.
All right, look, listen. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I know a lot of people were probably predicting that my least favorite match of the card was going to be a Logan Paul match, and it didn't. And believe me, it's not that far up.
Listen, this was a good match.
This match was amazing. Don't crap on this match.
Listen to me.
I would take back my statement and say this was probably the second best match of the night.
I wouldn't go that far.
Listen, the one thing that saves this match is the fact that Chad Gable is incapable of having a bad match.
Mm-hmm.
Chad Gable wasn't in the match.
Shut up, the both of you.
Try to get the match right at least. Come on, we're professionals here. We're trying to be professional.
You can at least refer to him as EGA.
No.
Listen, here's the thing that saves this. Here's the one thing that is the saving grace is the fact that these two guys are incapable of putting on a bad match. The both of them are incapable of doing it. Now,
this match was amazing.
That Ray Phoenix just made his debut 2 weeks ago and lost to a stupid comedy gimmick does piss me off. It does annoy the crap.
Okay, but that doesn't make the match bad.
He's a serious wrestler, Cap. Give him his
easy there.
I'm saying it's like it was my least favorite.
It was a last-minute swap.
It was my least favorite. I give credence to this. The only credence I will give to this match is the fact that these two guys are incapable of putting on a bad in-ring performance. But it annoys the hell out of me that a brand spanking new Ray Phoenix lost to a comedy
A
gimmick.
brand spanking new El Grande Americano. They basically showed up at the same time.
Yeah. Dude, who knows? Maybe they might have faced off against each other on the Lucha Libre scene down in Mexico, you know?
Thank you.
Anyway,
He always continues a little bit longer than he should.
Anyway, the next match on the card was one that I kind of expected to not go super well. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair.
Oh,
Was this
God.
another clean
Another
sweep?
person.
I know originally.
Yeah, this was another clean sweep.
Yeah, this was another one that I think we were all kind of on the impression that Tiffany was going to lose when Charlotte first won the Royal Rumble. But then she had that promo that really just shook her up to her core, and I was like, I think that really changed. That's what really changed my mind.
I was about to ask that.
Honestly, it just shows how unprofessional Charlotte can be. You know, because this isn't the first time she's done that, where she's gone off script just to get the
Last word.
just to get the last word in or make herself look better.
We're probably not going to see her again, though, for another, like,
And
3
she's
years.
probably going to take
anyway,
like a month off before she does anything.
yeah, so here's
If she doesn't make an appearance, then I'm going to believe that promo really did hurt her.
Yeah.
so
And I
gonna-
understand that she did go through a lot in her time off when she was injured. You know, I'm sure that can't be great for the mind to be away from your passion for so long because of an injury, and then to get divorced on top of that. So
Within like a year of each other.
I can't imagine that was great for her mental health. That being said, this match was a fucking stiff fest. Holy shit.
Yeah, this one was
Like I feel like they legitimately kicked the fuck out of each other. There was one point Charlotte hit Tiffany with a big boot, and like I saw the fucking whiplash. Like that was like she legit got kicked in the head.
Yeah.
They probably don't even like each other in real life, and this was like really like, I'm really gonna hurt you.
I honestly
This is a
feel
match
like
where we
there's
just hurt each other because
not
we
a
have
lot
the
of
chance
people
to.
who do like Charlotte Flair in real life,
Yeah.
outside of Charlotte Flair.
I mean, look, here's the thing, man. This match had a very messy build-up.
Yeah.
And I don't mean like the fun type of messy. I mean
No,
this
was
is
just-
getting uncomfortable to watch messy.
It is the textbook definition of it's personal.
Mm-hmm.
And so the fact that the match was as stiff as it was is not surprising to me whatsoever.
Yeah.
There was a moment where it genuinely looked like Tiffany just like had all of her teeth chipped.
Well, yeah, she did definitely chip a tooth. Because you could see it in her when she at the end of the match when she's holding.
She
up
was
the title
bleeding
belt.
from the mouth.
Her lip was bleeding, and one of her like not the front teeth, but like the ones right off to the side of it was like like broken a little bit.
So this was a very stiff match. I don't know that I would agree that I thought Charlotte was going to win the title. Simply because it is a different regime that we're under. So, and this is a regime that seems very behind Tiffany Stratton as the future of the women's division.
Yeah.
So
no, I
don't
only
know
say
would
that
say
because
that,
we
but
all
I always
know.
thought it'd be a possibility.
Yeah, we all know Charlotte's reputation to come in, demand a title, and then get it.
But here's the other thing. Y'all are saying if she doesn't show up on Friday night. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm 100% certain she is not showing up.
She's
I
not
will
being
be
marketed.
surprised if she
Because let's be perfectly honest here. Where is she going to go from here?
Might be just
Gonna
done.
go after Chelsea's title?
Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if they send her after Chelsea Green next, just to give her something.
And
Just
she's
to
gonna
have her
Vince
crush
kind
the
of-
momentum of a promising woman.
Vince kind of screwed her, given those many championships. So give to her.
Well, because that was the whole thing. They wanted her to be the next Rick, so they were going to have her win as many world titles as possible.
Yeah, it was a combination of Vince's favoritism towards her and her politicking.
Listen, I don't necessarily think that that's that big of an issue. However, the problem does become she straight up lost at WrestleMania. Where is she going to go? She's not getting another, unless you plan on giving her another title match, which, please God, do not put her against Tiffany again at Backlash. Please God, do not do that.
I know that's my only issue with that is kind of the whole gimmick of Backlash. It's just WrestleMania rematches.
Here's also the thing: does anybody really want to watch this?
No, nobody does.
No.
Nobody wants to see her on TV.
Never-ending story for Shar.
Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know where Charlotte.
No, you do know. We were all just in unanimous agreement about it. No more. No more.
No more Charlotte.
No more Charlotte Party.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, what's next?
The next match on the card is the main event. Arguably the best match. I could argue that it probably was the best match of the entire 2-night event.
Pay-per-view?
I would agree.
Definitely the best match on night one. With no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns versus CM Punk.
Chapped out the bonus point.
Yes. He did indeed. That match, fucking poetry in motion. It was having Punk come to the ring with Paul Heyman and
doing a callback to This Fire Burns.
Yeah. I honestly thought that he was going to come to the ring with Killswitch engaged at first.
I was praying they would show
Then
up.
they cut the cameras and we saw it in living color live and in living color. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. But that was even better, in my opinion. That was a great way for him to come to the ring. The match itself, really solid. Obviously, we knew you got 3 of the best in the company going at it with each other. You know that it was going to be a fucking clinic to begin with. That being said, the twist. Right at the end. Paul Heyman betrayed his tribal chief and punched him square in the balls.
Yeah.
And just when we thought he was going to side with his best friend, his longtime partner, one of the original Paul Heyman guys.
You punched Punk in the balls first.
Punk got hit first.
You're right. He did, I had it backwards.
And he punched his tribal chief in the nuts.
Yes, you're right.
Roman was the target. Punk was collateral.
I was just about to say that. Do you notice how Paul was genuinely crying when he punched?
He cried
Punk
when he did the Punk. With Roman, he did not even hesitate.
Your malice in his heart when that was not Paul Heyman. That was Paul E. Dangerously,
yes.
right?
Paul
E. Dangerously punching Roman Reigns' nuts.
Doing that to
Roman
Reigns.
Roman Reigns kind of looked done with Paul Heyman. And I think Paul Heyman knew that.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like let me get out now while I can. Yeah. With Punk, he a little bit of a crying. There's a portion of the crying where he's like, I just betrayed my best friend. Yeah. But there's another portion that says, oh God, I just betrayed my best friend, and it's fucking CM Punk. Yeah. And we all know what happened last time that happens. And it was against Brock Lesnar. And Seth, you're no Brock Lesnar. So it's kind of good. But I officially declare a new never-ending story. Because of that, we will never, ever, ever go a month without seeing Seth Rollins and CM Punk. So I want that button back. Because we know damn well all year we're going to be getting this storyline.
Yeah.
I was about to say, like, when Heyman betrayed Punk, he really didn't want to do it and it broke his heart into a million pieces. When he betrayed Roman, you can tell he was waiting for that.
Yeah. Well, listen, there's 3 things certain in this world. Death, taxes, and Seth Rollins hitting Roman Reigns with a chair.
Oh, I thought you were about to say death taxes and Paul Heyman betraying his
Oh no,
betraying his advocates.
no. But
Potato to potato.
but that being said, Paul Heyman was on Pat McAfee show on Monday, and he explained
Yeah.
why he did what he did.
Because he's
And
Paul Heyman.
Cap, you are absolutely right. This is not Paul Heyman. This is Paul E. Dangerously.
New Dangerous Alliance,
Man
fellas.
who gave us ECW
Yeah.
is back.
And with that, and then as we saw, Braun Breaker is now also a Paul Heyman
A
guy.
Paul Heyman guy.
Okay, here's where I need to cut in because first of all, you all looked at me like I was nuts when I brought up that conspiracy. of-
I
when-
thought
No,
it was
I
a
did
good
not.
idea.
No, I did not. I said he is like the spitting fucking image of a Paul Heyman guy.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about my prediction.
Oh
That
no,
he
yeah.
was going
Well,
to go side with Rollins. You
I
all
was.
looked at me
I
like
didn't think he would. Honestly, I thought.
was-
I thought that he was gonna side with Punk maybe, and then
So
He thought he was going to give Punk his Mania
The-
moment.
yeah.
And I will tell you this right now: the only reason I am not wearing my smug suspenders right now is because
God
they are
damn you.
the cleaners at the moment.
Mhm.
But I'm
You don't clean them yourself?
I fell in love with this theory the nanosecond I heard it because these two guys, Seth Rollins is already amazing on the microphone. He's very good on the mic.
Yeah, he doesn't
So
need Paul
he
Heyman to
doesn't
cut
he
promos.
didn't really need a Paul
And neither does
Heyman.
Braun Breaker, honestly.
I would disagree with that. I think Braun needs Paul more than Rollins does.
Oh no, yes, but I'm saying at least Braun can cut a promo. No, he can't cut a promo on the level of Seth Rollins, but he's better
Matter
than
of
Brock
the fact
Lesnar
is
ever
that-
was.
Yeah.
Look, the matter of the fact
It's-
is that they want Braun Breaker is about to become the future of this company.
Yes.
Right now. Braun Breaker is about to become the future of WWE. He is about to be the headliner, the next big thing. He is the next Brock Lesnar. That's what we're setting this guy up for. So if we are
There's
going
two-
to go that far,
Yeah.
let's put him with the guy who's already arguably the face, one of the faces of this company right now, arguably the face of this company right now in Seth Rollins. And let's also pair him with quite possibly the greatest manager in professional wrestling history in Paul Heyman. This match, this group right now, this is a match made in heaven right here. These three guys together are about to run amok on Monday Night Raw.
There
And
might
I'm
be a
gonna
fourth
honest with
edition.
you, not only do I agree with Dom in saying that this might have been the best match of the whole entire weekend, I 100% agree. This is not only the best match that happened this weekend, this is the storyline I am most invested in going into this new season.
There's two things I wanna address. One, I said this on the Scott take a couple of shows ago. You can watch it all on YouTube. Follow the Push Wrestling.
Nice plug.
I said, do WrestleMania. I need to see a difference in Seth Rollins because I was tired of the character. I was tired of how he presented himself, and I was always sick and tired of that fucking theme song. And it still pisses me off that he has that theme song. But I said that I need to see something different.
Bro, why are you such a fucking party
I'm
pooper? Why is
disappointed.
it like everything that's over with the fans you hate?
I'm disappointed in the fact that I didn't also predict him joining Heyman because I now also presented that I need to see something different. This is perfect. He's the perfect leader for that stable if Paul Heyman is creating a stable. So then here's my second part is a question. Who's number 3? Rusev?
Becky.
No.
Really?
No female. No
I
females.
don't think it's going to be Becky. I think it's...
Okay, hold on.
I
This
think-
isn't
yeah.
like the He-Man Commentators Club. It
Yeah.
potentially could be. However,
It
It's
could
not
be
sex-
Becky, but I don't
not
think it will
sexist,
be.
But I don't think it's going to have
It's not,
females
it's not
in
that
there.
it can't be. I just don't think it will be. Because I think...
Exactly, yeah.
they have always been separate.
Yeah, they've always talked that they hated work. Like, Not that they hated working together.
Except when they
on,
versed
like-
Baron Corbin.
No, they said they really weren't crazy about that whole idea.
Let's be
Because-
honest, that was stupid.
yeah, but I think it's gonna be maybe like Rusev is a good candidate. Because honestly, I feel like they're building like a fucking Evolution 2.0 kind of thing.
Yeah.
So like
Seth
in that-
Rollins is Triple
Seth
H.
is your Triple
Braun is
H.
Batista.
Braun is Batista. No, Braun is
Hold on.
like the Randy Orton. He's the
I'll
future.
be right back. I'll be here.
He like Braun is like the Randy Orton. He's the future. He's that guy.
Yeah, that's fair.
The diamond in the rough.
Yeah, and then
Mhm.
Paul is
Paul Heyman
your
is
Ric
Ric
Flair
Flair.
because he's like, because the whole thing of Evolution was supposed to be it's the past, the present, the future. So the past,
Yeah.
Ric Flair; the present, Triple H; the future, Batista and Randy Orton.
And an awesome Motorhead theme song.
Yes.
So in that
Now I don't
case-
think am I saying that it's going to be Evolution 2.0? No, it's going to be Evolution adjacent. The same concept.
Evolution-esque.
Yeah, it's going to be the same concept. Like Rusev is a good pick. Fucking what you call it? Aleister Black could be a part of that. I think that would be.
I'm
really
Karrion
interesting.
Kross.
Younger.
Karrion Kross is a very good option.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll get to him in a little bit later.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
But
Yeah.
that's enough
yeah.
being said on that. We still have a whole nother night of WrestleMania to talk about.
Which we will dive into right now.
Yep. That being said, the show opened with the Women's World Championship match between Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley.
This was one of my favorite matches of the whole show.
This was a very good match. Francis, what the hell is going on your TV?
It's a commercial.
Oh, okay.
I have all the
is,
lights
like,
off right
all over the place.
We put a lamp on. Or
Yeah,
something?
turn on a lamp or something. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Why do you have the TV on?
Yeah, really.
I didn't want to.
Why does he have the TV on?
He's not even. Francis, you're not even focused. That's what that shows me.
Oh, at least he's not playing fucking video games like he used to.
True.
Oh yeah. That was different.
Anyway, regardless,
Io Sky defeated Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. She is no longer the.
I was rewatching WrestleMania.
Yeah, sure.
No, it was.
Io Sky in this entire build-up was like the afterthought of this triple threat. Bianca and Rhea were more interested in kicking the shit out of each other than fighting Io for the title. I'm happy they didn't pull the title off Io.
Damn.
She deserves to have a good title run this time around, I feel like, and she can very much do that without being in the stable of Damage Control.
Yeah, I think this is another clean sweep. I think we all put Io.
That sounds right.
with good reason. I mean, look, let's
You-
put it like
Yeah, we all put Io.
nobody disagrees that Io Sky is an incredibly talented woman. Nobody disagrees with that. Nobody disagrees with the fact that she 100% deserves to be a champion. And I also agree with the fact that this needs to be a run that is 10 times better than her first title run was.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that having her beat Bianca and Rhea Ripley at the same time is a good step forward when it comes to that. That is a fantastic starting point.
100%.
Yeah.
Now,
They're
there are
the two
certain,
out of the three like powerhouse females.
now, certain people who in the IWC who feel that because Bianca is the one that ate the pin. By the way, this is her I think this is her first time eating a pin at WrestleMania or something.
Yeah, and
somebody can correct me
ever.
on that in the comments. There are certain people that feel like this damages Bianca's reputation.
I wouldn't say so.
And that is where my agreements end, because absolutely not.
Just because you
Absolutely
ate a
not.
pin at WrestleMania doesn't hurt your rep.
Not at all.
I'm trying to
It
grasp.
doesn't.
I'm
it doesn't
trying to
end it.
understand Why? Why does
It does-
why
yeah.
does getting pinned by the champion a very talented champion, by the way. Why in God's name would that ever hurt your reputation?
Because people are stupid.
There it is.
And an absolute banger of a match, by the way.
They have the right. They have half of it right, is what they're saying. I do not agree that eating a pin at WrestleMania ruins her takes her hurt on whatever you were saying. The thing that's hurting her is the same thing I was saying that was hurting Mercedes Moné when she was Sasha Banks here. Her character was awfully stale.
Mm-hmm.
It showed leading up to WrestleMania that there was not a lot of people behind her. I think that was the reason Rhea was officially brought in, because it took a while for her to get joined into the triple threat, because she was just trying this entire time. So I think they were trying to find out if they were interested enough in just Io and Bianca. I'm probably wrong, but this is oh my god, this is perfect for Io. Honestly, this is definitely already makes it as close as you want to put it to being 10 times better than her first title run. Give or take the two most dangerous. Two probably out of they're probably top three. The two out of the top three most dangerous people. You just beat them the same night, and the match was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I do agree that this is a good first step. I also agree in the fact that Bianca's character is getting very stale, to be honest with you. It has not changed since she debuted
In NXT.
One NXT of all time.
She's had the same character her entire time in the WWE.
So my thing here is, I think just because we seem to be giving out heel turns left and right nowadays, we're giving them out like Oprah gave out shit on her television show. I think that Bianca turning heel would actually be incredibly beneficial to her right now.
Well, it's whether or not she can pull it off. I
genuinely think it would be very beneficial to her.
But again, it's a matter of whether or not she could do it, because not everybody can be a heel. Some people struggle being heels.
Yeah, like John Cena. He's struggling.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
We'll get to it.
Anyway, the next match of the night. This match just goes to show that not all sponsors are stupid. Some of them make your entrance look fucking awesome. Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest.
Tickles them a bit.
Yeah. Drew McIntyre came to the ring dressed as the motherfucking Doomslayer.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
The only thing that could have made it better is if they played the Doom theme.
He looked fucking phenomenal coming to the ring.
Awesome.
He looked awesome. The fucking set pieces were sick. But that just goes to show when you have a sponsor, like, not all sponsorships are bad. Not all sponsorships make you look like a fucking idiot when you come to the ring.
All right. I know I said this in the Discord chat when we were all watching WrestleMania. This might go down as the manliest match I have ever seen in my life.
I was going to say,
like I said,
dressed in kilt, but this was 10 times better.
Like I said, to quote Simon Miller from What Culture Wrestling, this was two meaty men slapping man meat, and it was
while Slayer
everything that was promised. Yes, and fucking Slayer played Damian Priest to the ring, so that made it even more awesome. These dudes kick the fuck out of each other.
You're a man of impotence.
Yeah, this was very much the match that everyone knew was going to be good, and it 100% delivered.
Mm-hmm. This was the best non-street fight that we've had in a while.
Yeah, no one wore jeans, so it really wasn't a street fight.
So, I mean, here's my thing when it comes specifically to this match. The build-up was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Him coming out as the Doomslayer was awesome. Damian coming out to Slayer was awesome.
Metal
the match
AF.
Itself, I thought was very good. I kind of maybe felt like it was a little bit one-sided in Drew's favor, to be honest.
It was. Damien took a lot of beating.
And
The draft
Drew
is
did end up,
something,
and Drew
gentlemen.
did end up winning the match. And here's a concern that I have right now. And it's the fact that I'm getting the feeling that we are starting to drive Damien out of that, like, big contender slot.
Yeah, he's kind of falling back down to the mid card, which isn't like the end of the world.
No.
Because all it takes is one good Intercontinental Championship run, and he's right back up top.
Well, he's on SmackDown is the thing.
Excuse
So
me. U.S. title
US
run. You get my fucking
Jacob
point.
versus Drew.
And do you see? Here's the thing: do you see him beating Jacob right now?
Not right now, but maybe with a good build up.
If we have a draft or something, or people get switched around, I would be perfectly fine Damien turning heel and going after Jay. I don't see Jay's title run going long, so.
I think that Damien. I love the guy. I really do like this guy. But, I have some concerns when it comes to this because he straight up lost this match, and he lost in probably one of the most in a fucking brutal manner, by the way.
Yeah,
he took a claymore to face into a chair. Like,
I would say it was the most savage murder I've seen all night, but we haven't gotten to that match yet.
So I'm concerned to see where this goes. Do we? Is it even worth continuing this feud with Drew?
No, honestly, I would say the feud is done.
In that case, then we have the big problem in the fact that he is completely directionless at this point.
For now.
I'm not worried specifically.
Money in the Bank is coming up. He's right around the corner.
He's extremely beloved. Where he sits right now, there's a group of wrestlers you can put in his place that really are directionless. You can even say Drew's directionless, even though he did win. Because I don't really see him going after a title. I don't like him. Cross the AJ, like there's a bunch of wrestlers that like there's no direction, but Damien's somewhat still young. He's very, oh my god, the fans, I love him as a wrestler. Yeah. The fans love him as a wrestler.
They'll find something for him to do.
He's a great surprise wrestler. Like he deserves the championship, but when he always deserves it when it comes out of nowhere. That's when he gets it. Mm-hmm. Always. I feel like that's a great kind of thing for him.
I can see that.
Yeah, because I think
you just never know.
I feel like him and Drew are both going to be might be in the Money in the Bank ladder match, which would be interesting because they can maybe reignite a little bit and have some good spots there. But that's neither here or there right now. We have 2 months until that's even in the picture. But Francis, how did we look here? Who picked what on that match?
You and I came out on top this time, Dom. We both picked Drew.
Nice.
Yeah, I felt like Damien needed this, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no one put any bonus points into that one.
No, the bonus point that I know is coming up on this next match. Is the Fatal 4-Way Intercontinental Championship match.
This was match of the night for me.
Yeah, this was a great match too. This is what I'm saying. Night two was stacked. But
I would say this is my favorite match of the night if it weren't for the thing that happened after this.
Braun Breaker, Finn Balor, Penta, and Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio is now your new Intercontinental Champion. Fuck all y'all who said I was wrong and crazy for saying it. Because he turned on Finn Balor. He pinned Finn Balor for my bonus fucking point. So eat my ass.
That's good to get the bonus point.
Don't I get a bonus point?
Why?
I did put a bonus point.
You put
I feel
Dom
like that's a reasonable bonus.
You put Dom and or Finn screw each other over.
Dom did screw Finn over.
I'm not
He could have
saying
just sat back and be like, "He's my partner." I could have pinned it. He could pin him, and I'd be
I'm not
like, "I'm
saying you didn't
cool."
get the
He's like,
bonus.
"Nah, fuck that." I don't get the win obviously because I didn't pick Dom.
Yeah.
I'll take that L, but the bonus point, I feel like I should still get it.
You got I was about to say you got the point, but you didn't get the point for
The win.
The
yeah.
win.
You put Penta.
So,
But this
when
was
it comes
this was perfect. Dom's. I feel like Dom. I've said this earlier in the year of 2024, and Dom deserves a singles title. He's doing amazing work. He's arguably one of the top 3 heels in the business still. After what a 2-year span of doing this,
Yeah.
and
Although he did kind of get a pop on the
I
win.
can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
He did get a pop on the
which
win.
makes me kind of beg the question. First of all, match was insane. The match was awesome.
If I didn't like Braun Breaker before, I like him 10 times now, especially after he graphically murdered Carlito.
Twice.
Yeah, man
again,
died.
The man just keeps dying at this point,
and no one does anything about it.
But look, here's the thing. All 4 of these guys are they are incapable of putting on bad matches. All 4 of them. It happened exactly the way that I wanted it to happen. I like the fact that neither Braun nor didn't Braun eat the pin? Did Braun eat the pin?
No, Finn did.
No, Finn pin. No,
Finn ate the pin.
Dom pin.
Finn ate the pin at Dominic Mysterio's hand.
Okay, so
that's crazy.
In that case, then this worked out perfect. This puts the title on Dominic Mysterio. It protects Penta. It protects Breaker, especially now that, to be exactly what we said would happen, Braun Breaker is moving up to the main event slot.
Yeah.
And this was a hell of a send-off for him from the mid-card, because all three of these guys now, because I'm going to be honest with you, there's probably going to be a couple of more times where Penta's chasing after the IC title here, so he's chasing after Dominic right now.
Yeah.
I believe they already had a title match on Raw. That's when JD McDonough came back. By the way, JD McDonough is back from the grave, people.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back, JD.
Awesome.
And Penta got his first ever loss this
injuries
Friday, Monday.
Gruesome. I can't even talk about them on Twitch. He came back, so Judgment Day is at full force again. Here's my question.
Well, for the time being.
Which one of them is turning face from this? Because in my mind,
I had to guess, probably Dom.
Yeah,
I think Dom's gonna wind up and maybe not turning face, but he's getting over with the crowd.
He's the guy we love to hate to love.
Yeah,
if that makes any sense.
So he got popped on Sunday, and I didn't catch his segment on Raw to see if he got cheered or booed.
He did.
He did what?
He got a pop.
He got cheered.
Okay, no, I said cheered or booed, and you said he did. So I was like,
yeah, it was that mixed.
I mean, listen, he got a reaction. He got a pop.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's they may not turn him babyface, but he's probably going to be more of like a tweener. You know what I mean?
I mean, we've said it before. I don't know what it's going to take to ever turn Dominic truly face.
Yeah.
Oh, he just has to tell his dad he's sorry.
Which will probably never happen.
I feel like this is the perfect time to have the Judgment Day split.
Well, I think that's what it's leading up to. I think Finn and JD are going to leave. And the Judgment Day is just going to be Dom, Liv, Raquel, and Carlito.
Please leave Carlito.
Why?
Can we just split?
I'd rather him be that singles character. I'd rather him start spitting in people's faces. Yeah. I want to see that.
I'm going to be honest with you. Can we please just split this faction already? Like for good?
We'll see what happens.
This faction has been on the brink of devastation since they booted out Edge.
Yeah.
Like
they had a decent comeback.
Just have Liv portray Dom and side with Finn.
And again, I think that might be kind of where they're leaning. So who knows?
Have Liv burn Dom chicken tendies.
Yes. That being
we're
said, moving
asking
on
for a heel.
to
That's
my
shameful.
favorite moment of the night.
This was the whole show right here.
This was arguably the biggest pop of the night.
This stole the night.
Randy Orton came to the ring and mentioned, as we all knew, he didn't have a match for Sunday night because he was supposed to fight KO. So whoever wanted to answer the call, he's there. And
I would like to invoke that. I did want to. I'm sorry, Dom, but I just wanted to express. I remember I said earlier I want to express why I was disappointed in us and all wrestling fans because I saw so many videos leading up to WrestleMania. So many comments of people thinking who it was going to be. Not a single fucking person thought of Joe Hendry. I never saw his name pop up. How the fuck all year
It's because nobody
2024?
said his name.
All year 2024, everybody's going, bro. I want Joe Hendry on WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I want Joe Hendry at WrestleMania. We get the wide fucking open thing, like it could have fucking smacked us with its butt cheeks. It was that fucking obvious. That it was Joe Hendry who was gonna fucking answer. Who else? Come on, who else? It made perfect sense that
I thought it was going to be
Scott
either
gonna
Rusev
stop.
or Aleister Black.
Here's the
Rusev was gonna
problem.
go the next day.
Here's the
I'm so
problem, Scott.
disappointed, man. That never crossed my fucking mind.
Scott, here's the problem. Nobody said his name.
Dom, if you may play the music, please.
Just say his name.
I'm so upset. Nobody ever. I didn't see anybody mention Joe Hendry.
Man, he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
We had the TNA Championship at WrestleMania before GTA 6.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm gonna talk about this for a moment.
This was great.
This was my favorite. This was my favorite part of the night.
You called me.
This damn near stole.
I'm gonna have
the
to agree with Cap.
This damn near stole the entire weekend.
God, it made me love Randy Orton so much more after that.
4.5-minute match. And let's be perfectly clear here. Nobody thought that Joe was gonna win.
no.
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 There was not
honestly
a
not.
moment in anyone's mind where they thought that they were gonna let Joe Hendry beat
Go
Randy
over on
Orton.
RKO. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
But,
I'm glad it wasn't a squash
Sheer
match,
fact.
though.
yeah.
That the TNA World Champion, the current reigning, defending TNA World Champion,
Vince is having a heart attack.
biggest pop of the weekend, in front of 60,000 plus people at WrestleMania.
He easily had the biggest pop.
Oh, what are you doing?
He had
Sign this man
he had a
immediately.
bigger pop than Roman. He had a bigger pop than Seth. He had a bigger pop than Punk. Everyone was singing his song. Everyone
Rollins,
believed in
Punk,
Joe Hendry.
Reigns, Rhodes, Cena, Rhea, all of your most popular superstars. Joe Hendry got a bigger pop than all of them combined.
And
I
they're
almost wish
they're
they had
selling
done the
his merch.
decimal.
They are selling his merch on the WWE shop.
They're selling
Can
his merch.
confirm.
Oh, I
Can't
don't
confirm
even know
because I
what
ordered
we're
it, and I'm really upset that it's not here yet because I was gonna wear it tonight.
All roads lead to the fact that Joe Hendry needs to officially be signed by WWE.
Well,
A
he
bunch.
can't until his
needs to
TNA
happen.
contract is up.
Yeah, it's not that
I
simple.
don't
Yeah.
know when his TNA contract goes up, but the second that shit goes up, Paul, you need to be banging
Well,
on this man.
so here's the thing. Joe Hendry confirmed because he did an interview that on like Monday that Triple H spoke to him before he went out there. So right before his music hit, that he said to Joe Hendry, he's like, "Get used to it because this isn't your last Mania."
Mm-hmm.
So he'll be back.
this
And
is,
he was on NXT on Tuesday.
can we talk about something else here? Can we more or less agree that the Joe Hendry meme has kind of I don't want to say died down, but it's not the most popular meme
No,
on the
it's
internet.
it's
at
not
this
a meme.
moment.
It's not a meme anymore. The dude's just over as fuck.
The
Yeah.
fact that that meme has been dead, I don't want to say dead.
No, I mean I haven't
The
seen it
fact
on
is-
TikTok.
Yeah.
All right, so we can say dead. The fact that that meme is dead
Died down.
and Joe Hendry is still getting the biggest pop of WrestleMania weekend.
Well, because he got himself there. Oh, the meme got him there, but he kept himself there.
This
Yeah.
is this is true organic
The memes
growth
did the heavy
for a
lifting.
professional wrestler. I genuinely think that there needs to be a course. This man needs to be studied by people who want to get over with crowds. If you are a wrestler and you are trying to figure out how you can get over with the
Just
crowd,
make yourself
I
into a meme.
genuinely think you
Yeah.
need to study Joe Hendry.
Or just
That's
make
what
yourself
Zack
into a
Ryder-
meme. That's usually what happens.
That's what Joe Hendry
This-
did. That's what
Joe
Zack
Hen-
Ryder did.
Joe Hendry was the perfect person for this because who else would give Randy? Who else would you give Randy a win against, but also not hurt the person in the process?
Yeah.
And no other than Joe Hendry. But here's something we need to talk about that's more important. How about the fact that we got Randy Orton acting as Joe Hendry at the end?
Yeah, he did his thing.
did
That was
his
funny.
turn.
Randy, I love you so much. I already loved you as a wrestler. I loved you so much more after that. Like, that was just pure comedy. Like, that was great. I didn't expect that from him ever. And that was just great.
No,
I
but-
think
He
what's
can't be
even
funny
more
when he wants to.
I think what's even more funny are the jokes that I've seen of like Randy desperately wanted to punt kick someone.
yeah, and he didn't get to.
Can't punt
You
kick
can't
Joe
punk kick
Hendry.
Joe Hendry.
That's
you
like
crazy?
I was hoping.
That's like,
I was
it's no
hoping he would
worse than
punch kick
honor.
Joe Hendry.
No, he didn't need to.
You gonna
Honestly,
punt
once
Joe Hendry.
once Joe Hendry turned around and they zoomed in on him, I was like, he's gonna eat an RKO, and that's the end of the match.
And that was the
And
funniest.
sure
and that
enough-
was incredibly funny. By the
Yeah.
way, that was
But
incredibly funny.
again, this match doesn't have any points attached to it because we didn't predict anything.
We didn't predict anything about it, but god damn it, it damn
It
near
was such a
sold.
great match. So Logan Paul versus AJ Styles is the next match. I do have to say I'm at the point where I had to stop watching WrestleMania because I was watching at my parents' house because it was Easter Sunday, and then I was driving home. By the time I got home, it was already like the main event, and I believe my dad, Francis, and Rob were using my Peacock account, so I couldn't get in.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. So I
Okay.
did not get to watch. I watched Logan Paul's entrance with the drones, and I thought that was kind of cool. So I didn't see what happened after that. I also just have not had the time to sit down and finish the
All right,
last couple matches.
All right, so shock of all shocks, I'm gonna rant about Logan Paul here for a minute.
What you never.
Shut up.
About. I hope it's a good rant because
You
Okay.
better say something,
Here's
new,
something,
motherfucker.
Here's something that I need to point out. Can we please stop with the glazing at this point? Like the over glazing of how incredible Logan is in the ring. Like I'm hearing it from the commentators, from the internet, from the this, from the that. Listen, what he was doing in the ring was incredible for someone his stature, his first year of WrestleMania. You've been
that hate
here.
boner is so real right
Damn
now.
near. Shut up. You've been here 4 years.
Has
at
it been
this
that long
point.
already?
Yes. Yes. He started this whole thing at like WrestleMania 38, I think. I think 38 was his first WrestleMania or something like that. Somebody can correct me on that in the comments, probably. You've been here 4 years, dude. You've fought in world title matches, Money in the Bank ladder matches, Royal Rumbles. You're a former United States champion. I'm tired of we're still pretending like, holy shit, what the hell this is. The dude has been doing the same shit for 4 years at this point. At this point, it's not as miraculous as it was on his first ever WrestleMania. At this point, it should be bog standard at this point.
Says
So you're
the
saying he
person
should
that
win a world
praises
title?
No. Says the person that praises Jay fucking Uso about how great he is, and he's
I
more
praise
the
Jey
most
Uso because he is
he's the
popular
most
with the
basic
fans.
wrestler in the entire business. But
Yeah.
Logan Paul, come on.
No. Now you're gonna
You know
shut
what I
your
want to
mouth.
say? No. You know what I want to say? It's
You
very
shut your mouth
shocking
for a minute.
how
You
out
shut
of
up for
all
a minute.
these
When did I
celebrities that
ever
we
say that
have.
he was the best wrestler
No.
in
You
the
don't get
industry?
to speak about this.
When did what?
You don't get to
No.
speak
Look at
about
me.
this.
Look at
He
me
had an
nice and clean.
amazing match with AJ Styles. He had a match that we all knew was going to be amazing. But let me say this. It's very shocking how we've had all these celebrities that forces themselves into these pictures, forcing themselves in the main spotlight. And it's crazy how Logan Paul was the least selfish because he hasn't been complaining about trying to get a main
The
title
least self,
every 5 seconds or needing to
the
be
least
the
selfish.
face of
The
the whole
man had a
business.
world title match when he had wrestled in 2 matches. What are we talking about? The least selfish.
And then joined the company and haven't even seen it and almost never and barely sniffed another title match. He had the USA title. It took a while for him to get that. Yes, did he start off amazing,
What
but it
is
didn't
first of
continue
all,
like
what are
that.
we talking about? Is for
He
it took
severely
him a
dropped and hasn't
while.
won a title. He doesn't have a title. He did. He How long has it been? He hasn't been a US. He wasn't a US champion for that long. Like he was a titleist for a while, and he's here weekly. He's here doing this shit. He's not fucking. He's here more than The
Is he
Rock. He's
weekly
here more
doing
than John
what?
Cena. He's been here more
Doing
than John Cena.
promos?
He's been more here than The Rock. Like, what are we talking about? He's here. He's been here more than people who should fucking
Yeah,
be here. He's been here.
congratulations. You showed
He's
up to
been
work.
here more than CM Punk at times. He's been
Oh
here
my
more than
God,
Roman
yes,
Reigns. Like,
congratulations.
come
He
on.
showed up to work. Oh my God, that's incredible.
Yes, and he's one of the very few
I tell
celebrities
you
who's
something,
actually doing
I
it.
don't get told that I'm the greatest employee in the world if I show up to work, the job I've done for the
You,
past
listen.
year.
You can hate the man all you want as a person, but we aren't talk. This isn't a podcast about talking about the person. We're talking about the wrestler, and he was amazing at this match. He's. I'm hoping at some point he's going to get a major title shot because he's entertaining enough.
I pray
He's
to
great
whatever
on the
God
mic.
exists that this man never comes near a title match.
You guys already made a
You know
bet
what?
about.
No, you know what? We're gonna do this. You want to know
Oh
why I
God.
hate him so much? You want to know why I can't fucking stand him? Because there is no character. There is no character. This is just what he is. This is just what he is. He comes into a company, he fucking infects it
You,
like the tumor that he is. The same way
Captain.
It's the same damn person that he
Go to
was
your
on
happy
eBay.
place.
It's the same damn
What?
person that he
Go to
was
your
on
happy
YouTube.
place.
Honestly,
Go to your
honestly,
happy
It's the
place.
same damn thing that he is right now. There is no character. I give people like MJF a breather because I know it's a character. I even give John Cena credit because I at least think it's a character, even though he sucks at delivering.
Bad Bunny didn't play a
There is no
Yeah.
character.
character. This is just what he
Bad
is.
Bunny
He's a
didn't play
piece
a
of fucking
character.
garbage.
What about him? What about Bad Bunny? He didn't play a character. He just went in there. He's not no one special. He's been in multiple matches. There's no character there. What character? Logan Paul is so hated and so hated in the community. What character do you want him else to play? The fans aren't going to let him play any other character.
He's got a point.
This isn't even a question about his character. I'm tired of us pretending like the man's recreating the wheel here when realistically he's got the same goddamn offense that Ricochet had. We were all crying and
He's
complaining
performing.
when he was doing it.
He's performing moves better than wrestlers who have done this for quadruple the time
Oh
he
my
has.
God! Congratulations. He's
He does a
performing
better bust
backflips.
out lariat than the guy who
He was
does it
screaming
across
cry
the
and
world
everybody else was
known for
performing
it.
backflips, but because it's Logan, we got to give him a fucking medal.
Are we done?
No, I'm not telling
Are
him
we
to give him the
done?
medal. I'm just saying stop trying
Evidently
to hate
not.
the man after doing a great job all the time.
I'll hate him. I'll hate whoever the hell I feel like. How about that?
Are we done?
Are you done?
Move on.
Are you sure? Are you sure? You got it out of your system?
No, do y'all got anything else you want to say about the match?
Well, you picked Logan, so I don't know why you have a blood rager against him. And yeah. Oh, and Karrion Kross was there too.
Karrion Kross. Oh, God, I
Karrion
can't wait
Kross,
to
who
talk
gives
about
more
Karrion Kross.
character in a random Sam Roberts gimmick. Keep in mind, this is nothing against Sam Roberts. I met Sam Roberts at FanFest. He's a fantastic guy, but I don't understand why we need to watch the Sam Roberts podcast to finally figure out what the hell Karrion has been doing.
Loved it. I loved
Okay.
his rant. Amazing.
Yeah.
The next match on the card was
the Jaguars traded up to number 2.
Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Lyra Valkyria and a mystery partner.
So
Turned out to be Becky Lynch.
I didn't count this one either because, like the Rey Fenix thing, they had to swap out someone due to injury.
Well, injury. This was a kayfabe injury, not a real injury.
Yeah.
Oh, but it was.
Giants are on the clock.
I'm gonna get Abdul.
Okay. Anyway,
But yeah,
as Francis said, this was not the match. The match played out differently than what we predicted. Different opponents. Batman, thank you for showing everyone your ass. So I guess the points don't count because I don't believe we were gonna. Yeah.
Here's my question: did anybody see Becky Lynch coming when it came to this?
Honestly, once they pulled Bailey out, I thought that was like the only option that made sense.
This, just like the other tag match, was completely pointless. You could have had Lyra Valkyria have a singles match, and you could have had Becky Lynch come during WrestleMania, and you could have had her attack her, and that would have been a better heel turn than what we've honestly got on Monday Night Raw. I don't see the reason why she came in, won the title, next day lost it to the exact same people who won the title, who previously had the title,
Scott,
making it worse than it could have looked.
Can I tell you why they did it?
Because of Becky Lynch.
So Becky can come back, get the big WrestleMania pop, and then turn heel. It's that simple.
She would have got that no matter what. She would have got that no matter what. It would just been on a shorter time frame. Like she would have got the pop walking down and then just going attacking her. It would have been, oh my god.
But that's just the way they do shit. Because you can't have her lose.
Not have a match with Lyra Valkyria. She could have came at the end or something. She could have made an appearance during the match.
Yeah, but then screw Lyra out of her Intercontinental Championship? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So here's the thing.
She gets a pop coming in and instantly turns heel.
I wasn't.
Bam! What the hell just happened?
I wasn't excited about the way they did it. That it was the very next night. I think maybe let them hold it for a week.
Yeah.
But it makes, in theory, it makes sense to me.
I don't know. I always feel weird about these 24-hour title runs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they happen way more times than I feel like they should.
Yeah. Anyway, the next thing that happened, Stone Cold Steve Austin showed up, drank a bunch of beers, crashed his ATV into the barricades, hurt a woman.
That lady got paid.
I just asked the question, what was this?
I have no idea. I think they had him there and they were like, oh, go do a thing. Go. Have fun.
Attendance records.
Yeah.
We get them every year.
I think it's just because he was actually here this year because his match was going in the Hall of Fame, as opposed to last year where he didn't even show up. So yeah, it was like, hey, you're here, go out there, go get a pop. Moving on, the main event for this night was Cody Rhodes versus John Cena featuring Travis Scott. Again, I didn't watch.
God, I hate you so much for mentioning his name a part of that match.
Was he in the match? He was in the fucking match.
Crucial part of it.
We have to include.
He's literally the reason John Cena won.
He played a critical role. Okay, so
I didn't watch the match, but I know what happens. I am not happy. What John Cena
Yeah.
does not
Yeah, no.
need help. Let him win clean. He didn't. He could have pinned Cody and it would have been fine. Like he didn't.
I guess because he's a heel now.
I get that, and like that's my thing. Is like some interviewer, I forgot who it was, asked The Rock, "Oh, why wasn't he at Mania? Why didn't he run in on the match?" And he goes, "Oh, that that didn't need me." Was it the Pat McAfee show?
It was the Pat McAfee show.
Oh, okay.
He basically threw the whole company under the bus.
Yeah, he said they didn't. That match didn't need me. That it didn't. Let John have his thing. But then why the fuck was Travis Scott there?
To get his
If
receipt.
they didn't need you, if we didn't need you, why the fuck did you involve yourself in the first place? Why did you even bother showing up at the Elimination Chamber? For what reason?
No, there's a reason.
There was no reason for it.
No, Scott, there is a reason,
Then if
and it's
that's the
going to make
case.
you so much better because he was in town that day.
Yeah. The whole
That's the
reason
actual reason.
he wasn't at Mania because he's in Hawaii.
And I thought that was a work, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Yep,
when
Abdul Carter.
I first saw that post on Instagram, I was like, "Oh, that's such a fucking work." Like he was like, "Oh, he posted an old picture saying he was in Maui so he could get a bigger pop when he shows up."
But then it turned out he was actually.
But then he
in
never
Maui.
showed up, and he actually was in Maui.
So
The Rock's just upset he's not beloved anymore.
So there's something about this. There's something about this match that I specifically need to point out. And yes, as quickly as I was screaming my head off at Scott like 15 minutes ago, I'm actually going to completely agree with Scott on this one. I'm actually going to completely agree with him because I'm going to agree with you as well. This match sucked.
Yeah,
Nobody,
compared to
I
last
don't
year?
think anybody looked better from this match. I don't think this made John look like a better heel. If anything, I think in the ring, the match looked like one of the worst matches I've ever seen John do.
Yeah, it was very sloppy on both of their parts.
I think it made Cody Rhodes look like a gullible idiot. Like, because why would you trust John at this point and not just whack him with the... I thought we got over this when we were on our feud with Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Like, didn't we get over this already? Is this not the
Cody
same...
is too trusting.
that
Not
he's
even
too
that,
trust-
it's he's too much of a babyface to do anything like a heel.
That's an
not
old
over
school
this.
WCW
Hey,
thing. That his
Yeah,
dad
and
used to do.
but that's what it was. It's like, he wasn't going to hit John with the title because he's too much of the good guy. He's the babyface.
And yeah, the Travis Scott thing,
I'm gonna try and
It's
rationalize the
that-
Travis Scott thing as best I can, and keep in mind this is not me defending it in any way. I'm pretty sure he was there to get the receipt from Cody, but even then, like, that was boring too because he took one crossroads.
He took one crossroads. That definitely wasn't a receipt.
he took one crossroads after trying to slap him in the face like...
Not even, no, he legitimately fucking cracked the shit out of him at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
Which makes that a slap attempt look even worse. By the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I still
But even-
stand by celebrities shouldn't involve themselves unless they're going to train.
But even still, it took him 15 minutes to get down to the ring.
Mhm.
The man was just cruising down the ramp.
I mean, either way.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the IWC are saying, well, it's supposed to suck. It sucks on purpose. That's the point.
I mean, yeah, that is kind of the point that John Cena made, was he said straight up, I'm going to ruin this for you.
And
It's so stupid.
I heard this. I heard this on a review
so
that I
fucking stupid.
listened to on Wrestle Talk when they were talking about this. A lot of the stories since we entered the Triple H era of WWE have been incredibly multi-layered.
Mm-hmm.
There's layers to the story. They're very three-dimensional. But the problem is, when it comes specifically to this, is that it's multi-layered in a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
And the idea that it's supposed to suck, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's a lame excuse as far as I'm concerned. And maybe it's not meant to be excused. Maybe they're playing chess while I'm playing checkers. But the problem is, the game is checkers. We're not playing chess. We're playing checkers. And if you're playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers, you just look like an idiot. And yeah, no, Scott's right in regards to The Rock. He threw the company under the bus with this one. I don't believe his excuse of like, oh well, we felt like the story didn't need the final boss. Well, then why did you include yourself in to begin with? What was the point of John? What was the point of John selling his soul to you if there was gonna be no payoff to that? Did he sell your soul just so he could get Travis Scott to help him?
I got a couple of things on this. First things first, John Cena, you need to understand this hate with the fans is completely fucking stupid. Because the
Especially
only
because he was
reason
getting cheered more than Cody
the
last time.
only reason you are in this position in the first place is because you were successful in playing a bootleg New Yorker because you failed at everything else. Second thing, you cannot ruin wrestling. We've had Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns back-to-back as champions. There is nothing you're going to do that's going to ruin it, because at the end of the year, we can finally get rid of you, and that's it. And, Francis, I wanted to ask you something.
Please do.
Because you're the one that wants to defend John Cena's heel turn. You're saying he doesn't have to change anything, correct?
That was a statement I have made in the past, yes.
Because I swear to God, if I close my eyes, I swear I hear CM Punk coming out of John Cena's mouth. I thought he wasn't supposed to change anything, but he's being a bitter old man, except he's taking CM Punk's 2013 character of the fans don't deserve shit. I'm going to leave with the title, but the only thing John Cena hasn't done yet is blow a kiss goodbye.
You think he's doing a lamer version?
What this difference is. But, and also, the last thing, what we saw at the Pat McAfee show, and I'll take hit from anybody who wants to say I'm completely off base, but the way John Cena acted in the Pat McAfee show is how John Cena probably actually feels in real life. He doesn't care about anybody but himself. He doesn't like any of us. He did this just for fame. And personally, he was lucky to... He got very lucky with his Thugonomics character, because if this didn't succeed, he probably would have been a personal trainer who dreamt of how he wanted to be a bodybuilder.
Yeah, honestly,
yeah, I would agree with that.
I agree. Either he's playing the character way too well, and this is like his best fucking acting performance ever, or this is just his real personality.
I'm more of an optimist, so I'd say it's the first one.
I'm starting to lean towards more the idea that this is just him.
Ouch.
I'm starting to
because
lean. I'm starting
the
to
Pat
lean
McAfee show isn't necessarily a show that wrestlers act like themselves.
Well,
act like
no,
their
I
character.
In all fairness, though,
They normally
John,
act like their legit selves when they go into the Pat McAfee show.
Yes and no, because Paul stayed in kayfabe the whole time when he was on the show.
Yeah,
that might just be Paul.
But that's what I'm saying. Cena is one of those. He's kind of old school like that. He does like to kind of keep kayfabe a little bit. So I wouldn't be shocked if it's like just an act, like dialed up a little bit. But
yeah,
because nobody does all those make-a-wishes just because their boss says so. You know, he had to have like some kind of positive feeling behind that. But like,
I mean, please correct me, but has he really done it since he kind of left the first time?
He's done them up until his heel turn.
Yeah, he's kept them going.
He would always do them, even after he left. And
I'm
he
sure when
stopped
he's-
doing them after the heel turn because it wouldn't make sense with his character.
I'm sure
Yeah,
when
sure.
He
when
holds
he's
the
done, he's
Guinness
gonna go
Book
right
of World
back to them.
Record for most wishes granted, dude.
Yeah.
Like, nobody does that just because Vince tells you to.
I'm pretty sure there's no evidence of him being there. Nobody can see him.
What? But
And that's probably why he hates us so much. So here's my thing in regards to this, because this was another thing that happened on Raw. If we're so focused on not giving the fans what they want, why are they giving us John Cena versus Randy Orton?
role
yeah.
reversal.
Yeah. Oh, that was great.
Yeah.
This is
You
like
made
the
this
first
joke
time we're gonna
before.
get a
We're
Randy
getting
versus John
heel
Cena, and
Cena.
it's the opposite
We're getting-
faces.
We're getting heel Cena and babyface Randy Orton before we got GTA 6.
I already
It's like
made
we're in a
that.
parallel universe.
Yeah, it's Injustice Cena. And then,
I'll
listen,
also point out, I think it was funny that when he turned around on Monday Night Raw, the mic was still close enough to his mouth that you could hear him go, shit!
Yeah.
It kind of just makes you wonder how many times how many times has that happened?
That is one of the most out of nowhere RKOs ever. I'm not going to say the most out of nowhere, but trust me, it's in the top 5.
No, yeah.
I'm kind of just curious to know, like, anytime a superstar has turned around at this point in the past like 20 years, how many times have they just seen him there and go, oh shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That being said, that is all of our matches from WrestleMania weekend. Francis, I do believe you have the totals.
All right, so tallying up with the other ones from the previous ones that I can get my hands on.
That being said, I did drop the ball. I had some tallies from the earlier pay-per-views I seem to have misplaced. So,
Yeah.
this is
It happens.
unofficial.
Unofficial, but hand on my heart, this year going forward.
Oh my god, he dropped
These headphones suck.
No, but
camera
you
as
know
he
what?
does this.
This time, this going forward, one person keeps track of everything.
And it's going to be
and
me,
it's
so
gonna
you
be
can
Francis.
trust me on that one.
No,
I got
I'll keep track of it.
Or yeah,
You
if,
be my backup.
yeah.
Because you guys all have your own You guys have your own personal thing. I don't really have that.
All right,
Fair enough.
okay. But yes, going forward
I'll
for
keep
this.
track of.
And you know what? This game,
Other shit,
this
like
game
the
was
puzzle
your
stuff.
idea, so who better?
Yeah,
You know what?
Scott,
This is
you are
your baby,
official.
Scott.
You are the official timekeeper, Scott. And winning this year is Sir Dominic with a whopping, from everything I can gather, 26.
Ayo.
Uh-huh.
Congratulations, Dom. You have won.
Even with the
game.
ones we missed, that feels kind of like a low number.
Well, because you got to remember, there's only 5 matches per night per show.
Yeah.
Sure,
If this
sure.
was back in the day, we would have, like, during the Vince era, we would have been up in the 60s.
Yeah. No, but you
Yeah.
know what? This was a good trial run for the
Yeah.
prediction game.
Yeah.
Now we know not to keep 2 people keeping score.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got one guy doing it. Scott's going to keep a tally on it. It's his baby after
Yeah.
all.
And if
His
anything,
baby,
what we should
That's
do,
gonna take care of it.
Scott, what we'll do moving forward, I'll make a new thread in the Discord,
Oh my god.
and then after each thing,
Oh, yeah.
you could post
That's
the
actually-
scores for each pay-per-view in that. So this way
So we'll
have
never
it.
lose it.
Exactly. So if
That's
we lose
actually
the
right.
papers, we have them.
Yeah. A little bit of behind the scenes for all of you guys, because for a brief
If you want,
moment,
yeah.
middle of a show. So yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I knew
that's
Dom was going to win.
Yeah.
I had a feeling.
The second half, he was just fucking.
Yeah, man was going like
you were
every
getting everything.
Yeah.
Man had like 3 or 4 pay-per-views where he had like a perfect
I
score
was
or
gonna say
something like that.
it's almost
did
as
have
if
a-
I've been watching this shit since I was like 5, and like truly studied.
Yeah, but I know, but like Francis also hurts that because he probably had like
That's
12.
true. Yeah, actually, I'm curious to know what were the
What were the rest of the
Who
scores?
was- Yeah, I want to know who was the lowest.
It's you and me, Scott.
So
We
what were the
tied.
actual? What were the four?
Yeah.
What were the
The
tallies
two of you
total?
were tied for last.
Like I said, Dom, you got 26. Cap, you came in second. You got 25.
Oh,
You were this close.
You know why? You know why I'm so low?
Uh,
Because there's a lot of my wins from. I started off good in the beginning,
yeah, you did.
yeah,
and I died out. I died out at the end.
yeah.
So
Still, I need to improve.
And what was
Good.
your guys' score?
Scott and I tied. We both got 18.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Oh, that was a lot closer. Oh, I can't wait for the next year. That's
Yeah.
It's a lot closer than.
We're gonna.
I was surprised at that. I was trying
like
to.
an actual system.
I added the rest of the tallies to see if it could break a tie. It did, but it just led to another tie.
Mm.
All right. So, folks, I think we are going to end off this episode there. Before we go off,
There was a lot of rage this episode.
Yeah.
I do want to apologize specifically to you guys and to the fans as well for my little freak out in the middle of the episode. That was more than it probably deserved to be. I'm sorry for you guys to have to get put through it, and I'm sorry to the audience.
I mean, I had fun with it.
I have to have put them through that. Yeah.
Nah, next time we just got to get you to do it in an Owen Wilson voice, and it'll all pay off.
Wow.
Eh. Yeah, they'll find out about Wilson post. Don't worry.
Folks, we want to thank you for watching this episode of The Push. If you liked what we do here, if you somehow got past all the screaming, that means you must really enjoy what we do. So please give us a follow here on Twitch. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page as well, where the VODs are up the very next day. And be sure to follow us on TikTok and Instagram as well, so you can be sure to follow with daily wrestling content.
Nice plug.
And so, with nothing
It's
else
not a
left,
plug, it's a send off.
That
with nothing else
needs
left
to be on a shirt.
for all of us here at Push, my name is Cap.
I'm Dom.
Got bad.
And I'm Francis.
See y'all in season 2, and ring that bell for me, Dom.